So it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone's doing well, winning live. First and foremost, I want you all to smash to pieces that like button if you haven't smashed it already. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you go and do that as well. We've got the notification bell, ding dong, let's have it right so you know when we go live. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership, which is down below in the description, as is Eunice's channel, Eunice Talks Football, which is in the title down below. Salute to all my Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see, and the no surrender mentality. Let's have it right. Big up to you, Eunice. First and foremost, how are we doing?
All good, all good. Yeah, thanks for having me again, mate. And yeah, it's been a turbulent couple of days, isn't it?
Yes,
and it's not stopping. It's not stopping. Yeah, cat's out the bag as far as I'm concerned with the way that things are happening what's happening at Chelsea now, the way we're moving. I'm seeing more and more people are not even just losing faith, but also questioning a lot with the owners, the way that everything's run. And that's what needs to happen now. Because like I said, my own personal opinion, I've given up on it. It's done. It's not, they're not going to change. So, yeah, there needs to be initiative taken. And we're taking initiative. There's others taking initiative now, which is good to see. There's a whole momentum kicking off. And for the good of the club, that's the most important thing. So, yeah. And we've got more to uncover today.
Indeed. I mean, as we've seen, Mikel is taking the Mikel out of the ownership from once saying, I've created a monster in Jackson, being in the director's box with Boehly, Feliciano, Winstanley and Stewart, saying that the process and the project's working, to now mugging them off because they call the sport soccer and he doesn't entertain anyone who calls football soccer. Basically backing Don Roman as he should do, and mentioning again that Roman recovered his old man from being kidnapped, which we only found out after Roman left Chelsea Football Club, not when he was there, which is key point because obviously he don't use the media. He wouldn't allow anything like that to come out. He's got enough agenda on him as it is and still does. But also Mikel come out and said, I've spoken to some people close to Roman. He's really not happy. He's actually still really angry with what's happened and what is happening, and the fact that he's had to sell. He's not happy at all that he's lost his baby. This is a powerful statement from Mikel because
it is.
You've gone from entertaining the ownership, saying they've got all the great and proper intentions and they know what they want and they want Chelsea to be successful, which is all the usual PR. But to say a statement like that with Roman, because we all know what Roman stands for. He's elite. He's a winner. It's winning mentality. He loves the club. He loves the supporters. He loves the fans. He loves everything about football and Chelsea. He's a football man. And he spent the 2.2 billion in 18 years of ownership, 21 trophies, won the lot. These owners have spent close to 2 billion in 3 years, and we ain't got not one trophy or Champions League football.
Exactly.
He built, while these lot are building a super youth team with kindergarten FC model, because they want to go with this multi-club like Brighton and Red Bull, so they have to buy young, low-wage structure. That's a trophy to them to get the books, which were so cooked by Roman, apparently, and the PSR, when Roman left you 1.5 billion debt-free as a whole, our club, wiped the debt off our club, and yet you're trying to blame the books. They're building a kindergarten FC. Roman built Cobham Academy. And for the first team, he addressed it with serious intent and minerals and bought elite, world-class, still bought some young, like Hazard was young when we bought him, the hottest prospect. He went and bought him. We won the Champions League. You know, he basically robbed John Obi Mikel from Man United, from Sir Alex Ferguson, who had the contract there in front of John Obi Mikel. You know what I'm saying? To this day, by the way, Sir Alex Ferguson never spoke to John Obi Mikel ever since. Doesn't even acknowledge him. But this is what Roman's done. Roman built an empire at this football club. And this ownership have been using the media, the journalists, all the Chelsea accounts to manipulate a trusted process, a patience. Roman was none of that. He was trust win trophies, and there was no patience. And if you didn't win, you're binned, including Carlo Ancelotti down the tunnel. He wasn't in and out the dressing room. He was there when it was necessary.
Yep.
Whether we win or we're not doing well and we're losing. If a player like Drogba's not scoring, I'll bring you Shevchenko. I'll bring you Nicholas Anelka. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to go to Arsenal and take Ashley Cole from the Invincibles, and we're going to tap him up, we're going to take him because he's the best left back in the world. That's intent. We're not doing that at Chelsea Football Club under this ownership. We haven't done it since the moment they walked through the door. In fact, what they've done is the opposite and gutted out everything Roman's built. Our Champions League winning team, us being a top 4 side in the moment in time that they bought us, Club World Cup champions, Super Cup, recently winning the European Champions League.
Yeah.
Getting into the finals. They sacked our elite manager. You know, that is the major red flag, which obviously, for me, I'd known in early that season, on their first season. That's when I found out what they're all about. And Potter come in and all this, when Potter come in and all that. So what I'm trying to say is it's chalk and cheese, it's worlds apart. And Don Roman is how you should be as a football owner, because football's not a business. He said it's too risky to make money in football. I'm here to win, spend money. These lot come in with business as the forefront and only business. And sadly, I've been saying change the model since Potter. They're not going to change the model. And the worrying this Eunice, they can't change it now. The money's spent.
Unless you do what Roman did and you dive into your own pockets to try and inject cash into the club, which they're not going to do. And obviously that means having to take it out of themselves. And if they want a sustainable financial model, it means that they want the club to generate money for itself. Now, this is where, look, you pick one or the other. You either go for success or you go for money. As in profits, sustainable profits every single year, right? Tottenham, an example. Look at that. Actually, they announced earlier on that when it comes to sponsorships, and there was a financial article released that they're the top performing club when it comes to that sort of thing. I'm like, well, look at that. They're making money without silverware.
Yeah.
So it can be done, but I mean, you're sacrificing success, right? You're focusing just on money. We've seen who was it that brought up Tottenham. There was an article yesterday that popped up about Daniel Levy appreciating the way that Brentford and Brighton operate, because their data-led analysis leads them down a very profitable model. Where have we heard that before?
Yeah.
Where have we heard that? You know, that's Tottenham. They don't do silverware, but yeah, they're still operating. They're making money. They got a brand new stadium to make up for it as well, which, I'd say thankfully we're limited on, because under this ownership, I don't trust them. For them to have a new stadium, hell no. That'd just be even more of an incentive for them to just think about more money and that's it. Man City are the closest that you can get to that balance. But Man City are run by people that don't need money. They're not here to make money. That's not the incentive. Their owners, I've seen here, where I am, in Dubai, what they do. Mate, they're not bothered. The cash is here. The cash is here. It's unlimited. They're not here to make money. That's not the incentive. They want status and power. That's what they're after. I want to be number one.
Yeah.
At any costs. Mate, you see the way that they compete for buildings here, bruv. Someone has a plan to launch a building, and then it's like the other guy's like, no, I've got to beat that. All right, get the architects. Boom, I need the blueprint right now. Mate, they just want to be number one in everything. That's how Man City operating. We had that with Roman. And with what Mikel said, and I welcome it a lot. I'm confused, don't get me wrong, with how I was surprised with what he said, because what he said was potent and very contradictory to what he said just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Very. Because when I heard it first, I was like, hang on, is he talking about American owners as a whole? And then I'm like, oh no, he's talking about these lot. But you were in a box with him. You said that Behdad Boehly is very knowledgeable. And I'm like, well, it's a complete contradiction. But you know what? I welcome it, because if he's shifted it, right, and he's gonna stay there now, cool. Because now we know you're speaking what needs to be said, you're speaking the truth, right? And what he said about Roman, no question he's gonna have that sentiment towards Roman, especially with the point that you mentioned about his dad. Mate, if I had an owner who'd done that for me to get my dad back whilst he was held hostage, mate, I'd owe pretty much my life to that guy.
Yeah.
To save my dad in that situation. And
Which
for Roman, it was nothing. For Roman, it was like, listen, do you want me to get him? Yeah? Give me the green light. All right, cool. Done. Job done.
That's what you call elite mentality. He's gone and
that's next.
That's taking your
loyalty.
dad out hostage.
That's loyalty. That's loyalty.
Respect, love.
Yeah, there's so many layers to that.
Proper.
And it's not clean. It's not clean. Don't get me wrong. But to have that sort of power, mate, you need to have. You need to be a shady individual to have that sort of power, right?
Well,
That's just the truth. Of course,
we know Roman. He had MI5 in his pocket, real estate, MPs. He was a don, bruv. He's the don.
This is why, exactly. This is why it was a don. Dons are not meant to be clean, but they get things done. And to pretend that everyone else is clean, no one's clean. These lot in charge now, you think they're clean? If you think they're clean, you are naive. No one's clean. No one is clean at that level. No one. You can show me one person that's clean, I'll shut the channel. I'll shut the channel. I'll stop talking. It doesn't exist. So I was surprised, right? Actually, not surprised. Surprised in the context of the timing. We heard what Mikel said about Roman, and then today there was a lovely article dropped by none other than the BBC, wasn't there? Talk about coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talk about coincidence.
I'm not Matrix.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
anything,
try and mud Roman and tax.
Yeah, to mud Roman, to take away the positive limelight away from Roman, because it makes these clowns look bad. And this is my point. This ownership's number one priority, not only his business, but his image. Image is the key. Goldfish let you all know that. I've been telling you that anyway, because I know how billionaires think. Roman didn't give a shit about image because he was never in the limelight anyway. He didn't have to be in the limelight. He was just a don, you know. This ownership is all about image and ego, and don't blame us. No one can blame us. So we're going to have all the fool guys beneath us that are going to be dictated by us, and they can take it all. And we'll use the media to make sure that we're always protected. Roman and Mikel landing what he said, and you say the timing why Mikel's done it. I honestly, I'm not being arrogant. Like Jose Mourinho would say, I'm a special one. I'm not one from the bottle, yeah. But I called out Mikel big time on Saturday night. Big time.
Yeah.
And I said, I've had enough.
I saw that, yeah.
Right. And I'm sure Mikel is upset that, like, I'm calling him a brown envelope, that he's flip-flopping. That if you so-called love Chelsea, which I don't deny, then you will call it out for what it is, and he has just called it out as it should be.
And just to make clear, I mean, obviously, your lot would probably know, but just to confirm, right? Like, we know that Mikel has seen what you said. That's a fact. We've seen
fact. Yeah.
The names popped up. When you go and check who's viewed things, the name's there. So we know that he's aware of what you said. We know.
Yeah. And they sent a little message in the opening of the video and said, wow, did you pay them to applaud you like that? You know?
Yeah, I saw that. I laughed.
Right. So, like, I get it. Like, and listen, no one's safe on the Minerals FC, whether you're legends or not. But I love Mikel, and he is a legend, and he knows deep down how Chelsea should be, and he was under Roman Abramovich, so he knows the standards and levels at Chelsea. They're not being met. They're nowhere near it. Yeah. And we're saying that the process is working, the project's working. What are we doing here? So, listen, he's done it. He's called it out. And one thing I want to mention about Roman, Eunice, when you talk about stadium rebuild, and people forget this, Roman was prepared to build a bridge, pay for it as well, so that he was allowed and given the permission to rebuild our stadium because he knew he couldn't buy the CPO. CPO rejected Roman Abramovich's offer. Yeah. People, not a lot of people know that, but that's the extent he was going to help the country. I'm helping you. I'm going to pay for a bridge, bruv. Do you know how expensive that is to pay for a bridge to be built? Yeah. Roman's building bridges with the UK while the UK are burning bridges and stealing all his money. Where is his 2.5 billion? Where is that 2.5 billion? You're talking about taxing him now and all this tax evasion. What about the tax on Roman himself that you've taxed him with? And it's still in the bank earning interest. What about the 1.5 billion that's been spent with these owners? That's Roman Abramovich's 1.5 billion because he left us debt free.
Mate, this is the point that I left. There was that tweet that was put out by the BBC journalist today with that article. And I read the article and I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, hang on, is this an old article? No, went out 6 hours ago. Flipping out. All right. And I made it clear. I replied to him saying the same thing. How about you report on where that money is that Roman wanted donated for the war, right? And he wanted victims on both sides to get that money. That was clear.
Yes, yeah, he did.
But it sat in a UK government bank account or UK bank account somewhere earning interest. We know this. And that's common knowledge everywhere. But why don't you report that? You're the BBC. That's the first thing you should be concerned about instead of Roman, who's already had everything stripped away from him. This is why the timing of this report was baffling. Because, well, not baffling, it's pretty clear, but highly coincidental that this comes out now when you've already done the damage to Roman. You've got nothing left to do with Roman. That's it. That's done. You've taken the club. You've taken his assets. You've taken his money. The last thing left is his clothes. That's the last thing, the things that he's wearing, right? He's not even in the country.
The last thing left of Roman in the country is our football club that's been decimated and destroyed. Well,
but it's ironic that as soon as Mikel speaks like that, and that started doing the rounds, The Guardian, I think, spoke about it too. All of a sudden, BBC, boom. Oh, look, Roman tax evasion.
Yeah.
And it's not even a strong case. What, you don't think other owners are evading tax? You don't think these lot are evading tax? You don't think politicians are evading tax? You don't think people within the BBC are evading tax? I don't hear anything about the companies that were evading tax in the UK. Amazon, Starbucks, flipping, nothing about them. No. So this is why the timing of that report, I'm like, okay, this is basically a response to just try and mud any momentum that this was getting about Roman because of what Mikel said, and that went pretty public. So
yeah,
good timing, but nice try, BBC. Nice try.
Nice try. Yeah. This is what leads me on to why I attack journalists, why I attack the media, why I attack platforms affiliated with these people, why I attack copy and paste merchants, because the impact that they have is powerful. I'm not naive to not think that. I know what the implications are every time they pump an article out. Every time there is a divide and conquer mentality throughout our football club now, whereas before under Roman we were unified as one. We didn't have divide.
We were.
That's a key thing to understand.
Yeah.
We were against the media. All Chelsea were against the media. Why?
Everyone
because of the campaign against Chelsea. We were unified. It was like Jose said, it's us against the world. That was the mentality of Roman with Chelsea. What's it now? Everyone is walking in an elephant walk circle.
Literally.
Everyone is holding each other, helping each other. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You do this for me and I'll do this for you. It's tit for tat. It's all for a profit of £1 note. It's all for status. So it's no surprise. It's no surprise to me, Eunice, that since I've mudded and exposed Goldfish in 5K, where he's done it himself. So let's have it right. The owners, directors, all these people that he's in contact with, well, they're probably not very happy, are they? But the reality is I've got hold of it and I will expose that. And I have. And the reality is, every major platform now, all the big YouTube accounts, all the pies and mashes, I'll name you. I don't care. I'm not giving you clout. You're big enough yourselves. You're big boys now, aren't you, in the world? Everyone knows what you're about. You've been propagandering this project, this toxic positivity, for a reason. Because if you get out of line, you don't get the intel, you don't get the connections, you don't get the benefits, you don't get paid as well.
Yep.
So let's have it right. Goldfish has to land it as it is now because I've forced him to land it. If he doesn't land it, he's going to single himself out as completely bought and don't think anything changes. Nothing changes. If you've got connections and contact with the direct owner and directors, there's nothing else to say. And we're not looking to buy Garnacho now. How come? So
All gone quiet.
It's all gone quiet, isn't it? All gone quiet because they listen and they use the media, the fan base algorithms, supporter algorithms that these copy and paste and these accounts put polls to dictate maybe what decisions they make. Roman didn't listen to us supporters, bruv. The only time he listened to supporters was the Super League.
Yeah,
The
that was
Super
true.
League
And he listened in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, sent Petr Cech down, job done. Let's have it right.
He said, better check. Like, all right, guys. All right, fine enough. We'll do this. All right, no worries. Cheers.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah,
That was it.
yeah.
Feedback
Done.
bacon. Job done.
Done.
Yeah.
Well, let's have it right. Yeah. You do as you're told. And the moment we go and make a nice little sign in, I don't want to see you lot flip flopping because it's the model that's sabotaging this football club. It's the business first mentality that's ruining this football club. Not a striker and a goalkeeper changes everything. That's not the true narrative.
No.
We need a core. We need an elite core, elite mentality. We need to have it proved that we are here with intent to win at the highest level, like Man City. So you change your model and copy a Man City, copy a Real Madrid. If you've got serious intent, the reality is the money spent, you ain't going to be able to do that.
This is the problem.
Don't con me, all right, with all your I'm coming at the sporting directors and I'm coming at the owners, all right? You have to do it. It's clear as day. It's crystal clear that you have to do it because everyone can see the protest is not there. It's not about results in the game. It's about how the club is being run and how it's been run for 2.5 years. It's evident how players are being mistreated. Trev Chalobah, look at João Felix now. Look at Wedding Hall. Look at these players they're bringing in, bringing out. Like 50 Cent, bring them in, bring them out. Yeah. Look at Cobham Academy. Look at the groundsman, the tea lady. Look at the Neil Bath, who built the academy. All gone. Everything stripped. Why do you strip a fully well-oiled winning machine when you purchase it? What intent is that? So I don't want to see you flip-flop. The moment you flip-flop, I'm coming for you. And like I said, this is the closest you're going to get to me. There's nothing to discuss with you. Yeah? You got to try and prove that you're not a sellout now. That's the simple facts. And out of the blue, and Eunice is going to land it, coincidentally, Eunice gets a voice message, a call. Who was that, Eunice?
A message to start off with. Yeah, Fabrizio. Yesterday. That was I was surprised. I woke up, literally first thing, I woke up, got up, saw the phone. I'm like, hang on, notification. Who's that? No way. Fabrizio. and then so I think he sent it at like what? Probably 3-4 in the morning UK time, which was surprising. But yeah, hang on. Let me see exactly what time it was.
Here we go, guys.
7:49. So 7:49 my time. That's 3:49 UK. That's 4:49 Europe, Italy, Spain.
How long was your video out for that he was talking
4
about?
days. 4 days. And it wasn't me. It was another TikTok account that had clipped things from my channel and had been doing it for a while. I wasn't aware. It actually got quite a lot of views. I didn't even know that happened. I've spoken to the person who runs that account now. But yeah, with all of that I was going, I saw the video had gone to like 315,000 views on TikTok. Just that clip about me talking on Fabrizio. And he'd seen it, but he referenced that. So I asked him, I was like, well, what's the issue? What are we talking about here? And then he showed me the screenshot of that video, and I went and looked, and I was like, oh, 4 days ago? Yeah. Well, now 5. As of today, it's 5 days ago. So, yeah. And obviously, we had that little conversation. He made that clear. He was talking about defamation and all of that. I made that clear with the voice note that I sent back to him, which I put on the video yesterday, on my video. He saw it, not heard back. Done.
Do you know what I would do when people would accuse me of, when they were trying to accuse me of nonsense, and it was defamation of character? Do you know what I went and done, Eunice? You know,
you've probably got a history of it. What have you done?
What did I do? I'm sure I've got it here. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I left it. I took it away. I went and got a polygraph. Maybe Fabrizio should go and do a polygraph. I'll pay for it. I'd actually pay for that. I'll pay 500 large, Fabrizio Romano. And you do that, and we'll ask the questions. Would you do that? Just asking for a mate.
Yeah.
Would many do it? Because I did it. Let's have it right.
Yeah. It's definitely the most transparent way. But this is why I made it clear to him. This is why, like, the most important thing for me isn't to try and, like, all right, say, oh, you've done this or you've done that, or no, but like the point I made to him at the end, which on that voice note that he didn't, that's it, he saw and he didn't reply to, was just give us transparency. Give us what is happening, not what the clubs want out to the public. Yeah. This is why. And then I made that point. He saw that. Cool. Like, now I know that he's heard it. He's listened. My job is done, as far as I'm concerned. To be able to get someone like Fabrizio to hear exactly what my point was, cool. No problem. Is he going to follow through? We'll see. As of today, just today, right, there was already like about Casaday, we saw what happened. Fabrizio saying the deal's off. DiMarzio saying deal's on. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. What's true, guys? Come on. What is true? Yeah, tell me. But now, again, some people would say, okay, no, but Fabrizio's reliable, right? It's DiMarzio. He's not a good track record. But my point still stands, because I told Fabrizio, not just to him. I referenced Ornstein, Matt Law, Kinsella, everyone, all the journalists, all of you, yeah? There has to be transparency. You're not content creators. You might be now, but you're journalists. Like Fabrizio calls himself a journalist. The others call themselves journalists. If you're a journalist, your job is to go and source information, the truth, and publish it out to the public. That's it. That's it. I made that point to him, right? But it's exactly what I was talking about. The contradiction we saw with now, yeah. He's saying one thing, another one saying something else. So what's legit, and what is it that the club is putting out that they want people to hear? It's obvious. This is my problem. This is our problem. And this is why people are getting sucked into narratives and to things that are not true.
Yeah, and who pushes these narratives, Eunice? Who pushes them? The club, right. The club.
Or clubs. I'm just not sure it's not just Chelsea.
No, it's all clubs. Yeah, all clubs. Yeah. All clubs.
I told him that as well. That as well. Chelsea, United, Arsenal, everyone.
Yeah. Facts. You mudded him. And he didn't reply, did he?
No, he didn't. No, to be fair, the voice note before that, he did tell me, like, this is the last thing I'm going to say because I'm busy. Right? And then I sent him my voice note. He saw it, listened, didn't reply. Done.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I think these owners should do a polygraph and explain the truth, bruv. Yeah, I think they should, because I think everyone in the game who's claiming not to be bought, pies and mash. I'm far from reality. Apparently, he says. It doesn't seem that way because look how you're talking now, my son.
I think a lot of people have clocked now as to, and I asked this question a few days ago when I put it out at the end of my video after the City game. The question everyone has to ask is, it's not, as you said, it's not about 1 or 2 results now. You have to ask the question, do you believe that this is going to change or not? I don't. No chance. This is going to continue and the signs are there. If it's not going to change, what's the hold up here? Why we're going to keep turning around in circles for nothing? We're just wasting time.
We'll end up being Man United. We'll end up being an Arsenal.
That's it.
And that's it. Like, listen, Felix linked to Villa. Why are you selling Felix? Why are you happy for Felix to go? What about Nkunku? Why? These are players you build with. You want him in your squad. They're meant to be the experience in our team.
Meant to be. We don't do that.
Right. So the model's got to change.
Don't do that.
All right. That's the narrative. It's always been that from me. It's got to change. It has to change. Because no signing Eunice now, no Duran, who's not even elite. All right. And I saw this. Look at this, Eunice, bruv. Very quickly before you land it, yeah. There's someone's made a picture here, right, of all the strikers, yeah. Let me get it. Where is it? I thought I had it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at this. Look at the prices. 70 million for Osimhen. 80 million, which is actually false. It's cheaper than that for Gyökeres. 90 million for Duran.
It's in euros, yeah.
Yeah, in euros, yeah. Sorry, so, yeah, euros. Isaac, 120, is that? I can't see, right?
Yeah, 120, yeah.
But 50 million for Dilat. Are you telling me you're prepared to pay that much money for Duran when you can get Osimhen and Gyökeres for cheaper?
Especially Gyökeres. He's got a release clause.
Yeah. Right?
You can go to him right now, trigger it. He's here tomorrow.
Yeah. So if you're going to change the model and you've got intent, like Mikel said, go and get me Gyökeres, all right? Go and get us Gyökeres, not Duran. But Duran suits you because if you can offload Felix as part of the deal and Disasi, which hasn't even done, the player that you only bought a year and a half ago for 40 million, the player in Felix you've only got 6 months ago, so you could get Gallagher off the books. You're going to go for Duran because it suits, it's convenient, you know, it's a nice, easy trade and transaction. But is it what we need? No. Duran's not on the level of Gyökeres and Osimhen. You failed on Osimhen because of what, Eunice? The wages, bruv. It's all about wages.
It's that. This is why there's not been one sign to show that they're willing to go past that barrier. And we've even heard now from 2 places that Maresca wants a striker or wants, even if it's over the age of 25, no problem. Yeah. He's for it. I'm not going to do it. So it's not changing. So we're turning in circles. I've had enough of turning in circles. I want to walk in a straight line. Simple as that.
We want the righteous path of success and trophies. That's profit to us. That we measure success by what you win. These lot measure success by lowering the wage structure and maximizing profits. And you've got melts in the fan base that actually were broadcasting that and praising that. When now the narrative was, look at us, we've got an A and B team. Oh, look at the Conference League. John O. Mikel's come out and goes, fucking, I don't watch the Conference League. That's not Chelsea. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I don't recognise the Conference League. The Carabao Cup's got more heritage than that.
It does.
Right? And we sacrificed the Carabao Cup, the new cup. We couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
Like, where's the real intent here? The intent stems from the top. Roman was the standard setter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone beneath him had to follow suit. And if you didn't, you're out the door. Roman brought in Peter Kenyon. Clown Lake come in, Meatloaf Boehly plays sporting director, and then it's handed over via Toothpick Jacobs confirmed this the year after. Boehly's now sporting director. Boehly took lead. Boehly got mudded.
Yeah.
Roman brought in elite players. These lot are bringing in kids unproven on 8-year, 10-year death row contracts.
And then getting rid of them after half a year or 1 year or 1.5 years. Gone.
Yeah. We've got 8 goalkeepers on loan. Petrovic is on loan to Strasbourg, who's actually kept Sanchez out of the team last year, which helped us get the so-called Conference League or 6th position. All right. Yeah. And they claim that Sanchez was injured. Sanchez came back and he was fit and he couldn't get in the team. Yeah. All right. If Petrovic wasn't at Strasbourg, they'll be looking to buy Petrovic.
100%.
So
here's the thing. If this was the other way around, yeah, if this was Roman, for example, there's no doubt. The reason why we sent Petrovic on loan was because we couldn't ship off Sanchez in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. And there's no value from that. So we have to play him to increase his value. Petrovic had a good season. Cool. Get him sent on loan. Let him keep playing. Value will stay high. We can sell.
Yes.
If it was Roman, it'd be the other way around. It'd be all right, Petrovic, you're clearly the number one here, right? We might even go and look for an actual number one whilst you're doing a decent job because we're not quite convinced, but you're doing all right, so we're going to keep you here. Sanchez, we're going to get you whatever loan we can find, even if it's Vitesse. Screw it. And then we'll get whatever we can. Literally, even if it's £2.50 in a packet of crisps, screw it, give it over. It's not about the cash here. You're not good enough, so we need you gone for something. That is it. Now, some people say that's not sustainable, right? The play's not good enough. They're not good enough. Now we're sacrificing the levels at the club just to try and get his value up. And then the players that are good enough, we're getting rid of because it's going to get us money. That's the problem. This isn't changing. It's not changing. We're third year in and it's the same crap. Disasi's just gone off. He was meant to be the one to come in and replace Chalobah. How's that worked out?
What happened to Chalobah, Eunice? What happened to Chalobah? Exiled him. Stripped him, banished him, sent him on loan to Crystal Palace. January, we need to bring you back. The defenders we bought ain't good enough.
Incredible.
But you said to us, they said to us at the start of the window, we've got no intention to go into the market.
No.
We're happy with the defence. We're happy with the goalkeeper. We don't believe the supporters' narrative that we need to rectify that. And now what we getting?
And I made that clear to Fabrizio. I mentioned that as an example. And what did he say? Because he said that Chelsea are going to be busy this month. And I was like, what does that mean? And he told me. Chelsea will be busy, but it's going to be busy with outgoings. He said, when people see busy, they automatically think 5 players are going to be signed in. His words, not mine. He said, but that's not the case. I was like, all right, fair enough then. Thanks for clarifying. But it's mad to think that, Disasi now is off on loan. We've got Chalobah back, who was exiled. Disasi's now going to be playing Champions League football as well, which is messed up on another level. What a mess.
It's just a mess. It's an absolute shambles.
And he's going on a dry loan as well. Loan, no option, no nothing. He just needs to play. Why? Because we have to up the value. It's not happening at Chelsea.
Facts.
It's not changing. It's the same shit. It's not changing.
So who's going to stand up, Eunice? Because we're always been standing. Who's going to stand up and stay strong? Because you've been wrong and strong for too long. Now it's time to be let's have it right. We'll land the truth and stand up with our chests out and say it and fight for our club.
Yeah, it's got
because
to be done.
while Boehly is chairman at our football club, earning 20 million a year, which gets flipped in the next 5 years. He's been doing it for 2 years now, I think. 2 years, because I bought out in the first year I found out and I exposed it. So he's got another 3 years of being chairman. Then it gets switched over to Feliciano or Boehly for another 5 years. Well, we want them out so they don't get that 20 million. That's my first message. But while he's doing that, while he plays sporting director, we want to expose something today, because this is part of the reason why we want to why the protest is necessary about how the club is being run. All right, and how they're being disingenuous towards the supporters, using the PR to mask the reality of what they're doing. Now, it's pretty apparent season ticket holders are finding it even more difficult this year to get home tickets, to get away tickets in particular. It's no surprise. They're in the virtual waiting room, waiting on hours on end, and most of them are not getting tickets. Well, we need to address this. Boehly is the chairman of Vivid Seats. Vivid Seats is an online platform.
He's on the board of directors.
Board of directors for Vivid Seats, which we're gonna bring up now. All right.
Let's show you this. This is Vivid Seats. This is the website where you can go and get all sorts, not just sports tickets, but concerts, shows, whatever, right? You go and search Chelsea, there's tickets available. Every single game up until the end of the season.
Now,
including the FIFA Club World Cup right now. If you want to get those reserved, you can.
So we need to stress that every season ticket holder knows that certain tickets don't go on sale for you to apply for up to a certain date as the season progresses. Yeah,
mate, exactly. If you're
already here,
already
available.
Here. If you're a season ticket holder or you're a membership holder, you've got membership, you get first priority on tickets. You'll get notified when tickets go on sale, and it happens game by game, and it's based on the date. Few weeks before each game, tickets go on sale for that fixture. It's sold out pretty quickly. Boom, boom, and then that's it. And then as the season goes on, tickets keep getting put out for the certain games as the calendar goes on. That's how it works, right? You go on to here, you can get a ticket for any game you want. And it's put out in a way, like, for example, look, all the way up until the end of the season, Chelsea at home to United, Newcastle away. It all says 1% of tickets left, 1% of tickets left, 1% of tickets left. Fulham, Chelsea, 99 tickets left, 80 tickets left for Brentford, Chelsea. Now, this is across the entire stadium. So home or away, you can basically choose based on what's available wherever you want to sit.
Yeah.
Right. But the fact that there's tickets available right now for these fixtures that haven't even gone out to
on sale
club,
with the club
memberships and season ticket holders of these football clubs, including ours, is insane.
It's criminal. It's criminal.
It's criminal.
Now,
let's do this. I'm going to show you guys.
Let's look at the prices, Eunice. Let's look at.
I'm going to show you Chelsea United, the last home game of the season.
Yeah, that's not even out on sale for the members yet.
It's not even out on sale, right?
Right.
Go on, you can hit that. Put that up. Right. That's Chelsea United. You can see on the left-hand side, the cheapest ticket right now, upper, you can see it highlights. If I highlight the mouse over a certain tier, you can see the color on the map change, right?
Right.
Yeah. Then upper tier, Matthew Harding upper tier, $675. You can
right. So let's reiterate that. Shed upper, Matthew Harding upper, over $600 for a ticket.
Yep. And that's across any of the upper tier, right?
And they are available to buy now.
Yeah, you can get that right now.
Right. Now keep going,
lower.
Eunice.
Look at that.
Lower.
Shed end lower, Matthew Harding lower. Now, if you're aware, obviously, the shed portion of that goes towards
away fans.
Goes through the away fans.
Yeah.
Right? So that's highlighted. Home or away. These are not about home or away. It's just about seats in the ground. This is
bumps on
basically
seats.
what we're doing here. Right?
You
can sit anywhere. Sit anywhere you want. But then we start getting into where it gets a bit sticky. Now we're talking Chelsea here. This is going to be relevant for all the clubs, but we're talking Chelsea here. West End upper available, right? $929. West End lower, East End upper, East End lower. You're looking $1,143, right? If we go all the way now, you're starting to see VIP packages in the hospitality suites, Millennium Suites, East Side Hospitality, the Sports Lounge, Manager's Bar. Now, ones that go to Chelsea week in, week out will know what I'm talking about now, right? Captain's Bar, Canterville Suite. Canterville Suite, $1,358. You can get that, right? We keep going. On that left-hand side, you can see, keep scrolling all the way loads of VIP packages. West End lower, East End lower, close to 2K in terms of dollars, $2,000. Tamblin Suite, 1,786. Champions Club, 1,857. More VIP packages. Champions Club, $2,500. Tambling Suite, $2,500. Paris Suite, which is the most expensive here, 2,857. Right? You can get all of these right now.
This for Man United at home, last home game of the season.
That's at home. Now, just to clarify, right? If we now show the last game of the season,
Nottingham Forest,
which is Forest. Away. Yeah. There you are. Put that up. So it's the same situation here. Choose your seat. Home or away.
What we are seeing, yeah, all the way. What we are seeing here, Eunice, is they are basically having first dibs, taking tickets to put on their Vivid Seat online platform, to price up with 300%, 400%, 500% profit, reduce the amount of match going season ticket holders and members that actually are bread and butter here, and sell it for untold money, restricting the first dibs and right to season ticket holders for the pound note to gain a profit, as if we are a 64,000 capacity stadium when we're only a 41,000 capacity stadium.
Mate, and just to clarify, I want to show you something. This is because I've managed to just click and see this now, right? Hit this.
Blue co out, mate. I'm telling you.
Show this on the screen. Right. I've selected Chelsea Man United. Short side, upper, right? 2 tickets. It says the seller of the tickets is a trader. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Who's selling these tickets?
Who's got access to that to trade it, bruv?
I can continue as a guest. Two tickets, by the way, because there's 2. You have dibs in terms of what's being sold by this specific person. So it's 2 tickets. You can't just go, oh, can I have 1? This trader, whoever it is selling 2.
Pairs.
Right?
Yeah.
It's in pairs. Who's got hold of these? These tickets have not been released by the football clubs.
Well, the football club has released them, but on the black market.
So when we go to, right, and I'll show you this, then let's go on, show that. Board of Directors, Vivid Seats. Who's the third name? Got this guy, they chair the board.
Meatloaf Boehly, mate. I would do anything for pound notes.
There we are.
And brown envelopes, we love giving them.
Chairman and owner of Chelsea Football Club.
All right, so someone explain to me, Eunice, yeah? What's happened to the Civil War? Why is Boehly sitting on the board members of this?
Well, he's clearly not against these tickets going on sale before the actual clubs release it to season ticket holders and members. And that's not, again, it's not just Chelsea exclusive here. They're
doing it to everyone.
Get what you want.
Yeah.
So these are all clubs that are affected here. Like season ticket holders and members are getting mudded, is the message here.
Right. And which brings me on to why the 1958 for the United faithful are coming at Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos, because the season ticket holders want to sell back their ticket back to the club for the £42 face value. The club are now selling it for 66 quid. That's the club selling it when it's available. These aren't even available, and they're getting sold for what? 300% profit.
Yep.
Anywhere with the diehard supporters. So when Toad's was in the shed, I think he sits in the shed upper, and he heard a bunch of American guys going, attack, 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 defense, defense. You never hear that in the shed.
Can I just clarify one thing as well, real quick?
Of course you can.
Let me just
Land it.
just to show, like, because it's funny. I used to do this sort of thing for work, so this is where my expertise comes into play. But there you are. Show that. Just to show, right? There you are. I'm on the billing page. I can go and buy these right now. Chelsea Man United, Sunday, May 18th, 3 o'clock, Stamford Bridge, section, short side upper, right? Which is going to be Matthew Harding or Shed, by the way. That's just one of those.
Yeah.
And the time's ticking. 9 minutes 14 for me to try and get this done. Now, I put a payment through, continue the payment. It will go and I'll pay. This is the credit card section. I'm filling the address, boom, and I've paid for it. I've got the tickets.
$675.
There you are. When the seller transfers your tickets, access them right in the Vivid Seats app. Download for event updates, order details, and more. Now, those tickets would have gone for $675. Those same tickets in the Shed upper and Matthew Harding upper, and you all know this as well, cost how much? Maybe 40, 50 quid. Tops. Yep. They're the cheapest seats to get, actually, maybe lower. Matthew Harding lower, Shed end lower. Back end is probably the cheapest. You can get them close to like 35, 40. It's around that margin. That's in dollars about $80, $75, $80. Actually less, it's depending on what it was. If it's 40 or so, maybe about 60-ish dollars.
Also, Eunice,
675 for the pair.
Right. So they're extorting us. They're abusing our football club, Eunice. They're abusing our football club. This is what we got to protest against, all right? And they are restricting true supporters to be able to go and watch our team and watch a team of dross, may I add. All right?
And done at a value where they're going to get much more higher profit margins. Seats are going to sell out. And it's taking it away from the locals, but even from people that aren't local that want to pay that sort of price, right? The normal sort of fare, they can't even get it. It's going to come from someone that's willing to pay that sort of price. And it will sell out and they'll get their money. And as you said, we haven't got a massive stadium, but the income that will come from that would be basically if we did have a 60,000 capacity stadium at that rate, on the books, it would look like it.
Also, Eunice, here on Seat Pick, it's called, you can currently choose from 11,007 tickets to see Chelsea v Southampton on February the 25th, 2025 at Stamford Bridge. Find your dream ticket on our platform with prices currently starting from $74 for this match. It's called Seat Pick.
There you are. But the issue here, right, because we know these websites exist and they're legit. You can go and get tickets, you can go and get them, right? And you'll have them. Todd Boehly's he's on the board. He's on the board.
On the board, yeah.
So yeah. He's okay with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
These websites, like I said, they've existed, but we've got an owner who's on the board of one of these platforms.
And he's the chairman at our football club, highest paid earner, employee, so to speak. Conflict of interest.
Massive.
And milking our football club. And also, Eunice, I'm gonna take it one step further. Who owns the majority share of Chelsea Football Club? It's Clear Lake, Clan Lake, yeah?
Clear Lake.
All right. Maybe they've put him in there. They've had to put him there because they know it muds his image. It's not them on there, it's Boehly on there.
At the end of the day,
they're all in it together, bruv.
At the end of the day, they walked in as a consortium, they'll walk out as a consortium. As far as I'm concerned, they're all in the same bracket, everyone.
Yeah,
everyone. Now they can fight between themselves in terms of who's got more and whatnot, but you came as a group, you leave as a group.
Yes.
Simple as that. But this goes to show, and this is why, like, look, what we're talking now in terms of making these points and making yourself clear, taking a stand, protests, it's not based on result. Oh, we lost the City, so no, it's got nothing to do with this now. That's it. It's the same question that I go back to. Are things changing? They're not. Clearly, they're not. And in fact, it looks like they're getting worse.
They're getting worse. Yeah.
It's the whole package here. That's it. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. We could win against West Ham and Graham Potter. I don't care. Go on to beat Brighton in the cup. I don't care. It's done. It's done. We lose. I don't care. The results are now irrelevant. The running of the football club is the issue here as a whole. And they don't want to change. enough's enough. My line's been drawn. It's over. Finished. Compete. Like finito.
Yeah.
Finito. So that's the core of it now. That's the essence. It's about what's being done with the club. How is it being run? Irrespective of results now. City result was just the tipping point, as far as I'm concerned. That's it. And I think for many people. But from now, the results, back burner. Because they don't want to change. They're not going to change. That's the problem. So something's got to be said now. Something's got to be done.
So the message is clear. You either say it as it is and you call all of this out, and we all get on board and we all unite to trust the protest to get this ownership out, and they can sell the club. Do not believe the PR that they can't. And we make a stand as supporters to show them the rough and the power of the no surrender mentality of the Chelsea fan base. All right. And if you don't do that, all you platforms that have a responsibility and have some sort of element of influence and power, if you don't do it, all right, I'll pull you out of the fishbowl like I did with goldfish and I'll break you. It's very simple as that. That's all that's going to happen. And you'll get exposed. So I think everyone should play it as it should be played, the right way, with Chelsea as the number one intention. And we move forward as a fan base and not allow these clowns to divide us any further. And don't let any signings blindsight you, because the damage is far too done. It's unrepairable. We're in the need of a rebuild after spending 1.5 billion, close to 2 billion. All right. Our club's being milked daily, corruptly. And you've allowed all this PR and all this brand envelope matrix and these journalists to fucking allow us to, and I blame them all, bruv. They're all responsible. Yeah. They don't give a shit about our club. They make profit off our downfall of our club because they get to report more. They love the agenda on Chelsea. These owners have got an agenda on Chelsea. Clearly.
Yep.
They're not with the supporters. They call us customers. End of story, bruv. I don't want to hear it. So today's a minerals landing today, and this a necessity. And powerful. That's what it's about. And we will continue to fight for what's right for our football club, for our Chelsea.
100%. That's the priority.
And that's the priority, the club.
Priority is the club, man. Priority is the club.
Yeah.
Because if not, we'll sink. We'll sink and we'll sink bad. And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like everyone needs to do what they can in their power.
Yes.
And then collectively to prevent that from happening.
Agreed.
That's the issue here.
Yeah. Agendas aside, it's time to put our forces together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is bad. It's bad. I've got something in the pipeline that will be released soon. And it's almost like all clubs have got to unite in a way. It's kind of a strange scenario right now. It's like there's so many clubs being run like this. We've got 10 American owners, 14 and we're completely monopolised in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Name me one successful and loved American owner.
Well, I mean, the timing of all this is uncanny, as they say, right? Because you got Man United fans that are not happy at the moment, right now. We're talking about our club, but there's United fans that are fuming. This has taken me a bit by surprise. I'm not quite sure how far it's going to go because it's them lot. But there's Spurs fans that are fuming now, right? Yeah. And flipping out, you lot took your time. Do you know what I mean? Like, you lot flipping out. I didn't think you lot would show up. But there are some fans now legitimately looking at Ange and going, look, it's this can't go on. It's got to start from upstairs. It's got to start from Daniel Levy and the owners. So this is all going on simultaneously. Arsenal, I think, will come back into the picture at one point.
Yeah,
the Arsenal fans, I think they'll come back into the circle at some point. It's a matter of time.
And I want everyone to understand. All right, these clowns are PR driven.
Yeah,
they'll do anything in their power right now to get deals for some sort of players, to get the supporters back on side, to buy into this fucking false hope, this trust the process nonsense. And any account, I'm warning you now, if you flip flop I'm coming for you. And like Arnie says, if it bleeds, we can kill it, and I will.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
But understand this: any player you sign, whatever the results are, it's not about that now. It's gone beyond that.
It's gone beyond that. Yeah.
This is our club is being dressed disgracefully, run disgracefully, abused disgracefully, and the supporters are getting that as well. And I actually think Felix going would be a tipping point. This fan base is on their knees with Felix, like they love him and all that. But I think that shows you there's no intent, bruv. It's crazy. 6 months is crazy, bruv. Viega deal's crazy. Viega muddied them.
Mate, I couldn't believe what he said when we caught at the same time.
Yeah,
because you were live, weren't you?
Yeah.
And yeah. I saw what posted. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way he's gone and said that, mate. Because he's just mudded everything that was put up against him just before he left Chelsea.
Yeah.
What we were fed was
he
only
wants
to play centre back. You know, he's kicking off because he doesn't want to be versatile anymore. Goes to Juve, first thing he says, I can play here, I can play there, I can do this, I can do that, and I'll do whatever the coach tells me to do. What more do you want? What more do you want? This is what I'm saying. It's not changing. It's not gonna change.
No. And there's people that are hating on Viega, going, oh, what? You wanted this, and look at he just wanted it. Like they've got the agenda side.
Mate.
They fed the agenda on the player that they bought, trying to get everyone to get on board with. 6 months later, you've loaned him to Juventus.
You could flip it both ways. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Either he said what he said at Chelsea, right? And they've painted a picture, and he's gone to Juve and he's mudded the way that Chelsea have basically treated him, right? Or he said what he said at Chelsea, he's lied, left, and gone and said what we all hoped he'd say at Chelsea. One way or another, he's either mudded the club or he wants to just get out. And he's lied and done whatever's necessary to get out. Whatever way it goes, it's not a good look on Chelsea.
But he hasn't lied, Eunice, because he can't speak for himself.
He hasn't.
He's signed an NDA. He can't speak. Fabrizio spoke for him. Jacob.
Mate, look, Chelsea wanted a Swiss Army knife, right? We went and got Vega as a Swiss Army knife. He told us the same thing that he's just said now when he got to Juve, when he got to Chelsea, right? Then all of a sudden, he wants to play one position. We get him on loan, and he says exactly what he said, just like he joined Chelsea.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do whatever the coach tells me to do. I'll play wherever he wants to deploy me. What does that tell you? It's clear. It's clear as day.
Yeah.
It's clear as day.
100% clear. Crystal clear.
And this is why I'm saying there's more and more and more and more, and it's not stopping to show that things are not changing. They're not changing. It's the same. It's the same ridiculousness going on. And it's not even done yet because the window's not finished. We'll see who ends up going. We'll see who ends up bouncing, as you've said, if it's going to be Felix and whatnot. Felix, look, it's already coming out. It's already, for me, my theory, and I think it's pretty clear. He was brought in just to get Gallagher gone.
Yeah.
Found the occasion to get him gone. Yeah, we'll get him gone as well. Job done.
Yeah.
Thank you. We got the money we wanted for Gallagher. Mission accomplished. You don't run a club like that, man. You don't. And Felix came back because he genuinely wanted to come back because he had a good time in his first stint at Chelsea. Well, what is this? So this is what I'm saying.
Business opportunities.
It's irrespective of result. Exactly. And we heard Fabrizio mention that himself, out of his mouth, those words, Chelsea looking for
opportunities in the market. Not what's best for the team, not what's best for the manager, not what's best for the club. And in the meantime, we're going to milk you and rob you blind.
This is why it can't go.
They're vampires. They're literally blood sucking everything out of our football club. They've stripped all our real estate, everything. Yeah. Anything owned under Chelsea Football Club now is under Blueco 22 Properties Limited, a sister company to Blueco 22, that Midco that actually owns Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, the parent company. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? because of PSR, because you tried to feed an agenda on Roman, saying that because of Roman, we're in PSR issues in the red zone. Not the fact that he left us 1.5 billion debt free, and then when you come in, Boehly played sporting director and spunk 635 million in 2 transfer windows. It's not nothing to do with that, no. So you have to show on the books how you were able to spend that money.
Exactly.
Are you kidding?
And this is the thing. Like now, I don't trust them to run a bath.
No, they couldn't run a piss up in a brewery at this rate,
mate. They couldn't run a prayer in a mosque, as Boise said on Only Fools. Couldn't run a prayer in a mosque. It's as simple as that, bro. That's why line has to be drawn. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And we've drawn that line. It's trust the protest. Yeah. It's Blue Co 22 out. Blue Co Midco out. Blue Co Properties out. Clear Lake out. Clown Lake out. Yeah. The lot of them. Don't give me Winstanley and Stewart. They're just pawns and yes men. They're nothing. They're dictated. The manager's dictated. You can call for the manager's head all you want. He's got no say, nothing. He's just happy to be at Chelsea. He can't believe he's bagged the job at Chelsea. If Roman was here, he wouldn't be nowhere near it.
And this is just an example, basically, right, of that sort of sentiment. Did you hear the Strasbourg manager, Liam Rosiner, talk about the owners and all of that, and they're in touch with Chelsea and Winstanley and Stewart and keeping track because everyone's looking for the long term and all of this, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee, because now they've got Strasbourg as well. Guarantee, if the time were to come where they sacrifice Maresca, he gets sacked. What, you don't think they'll just turn to Strasbourg and go, yeah, we've got a manager lined up right there?
Yeah.
He'll get called up. Hey, you are, mate, you're promoted. You've gone from Strasbourg to Chelsea.
They done a deal with Sarr, 18-year-old centre back. They negotiated with themselves.
Yeah.
Negotiate with themselves. And this brings me back. If they bring Petrovic back to Chelsea, they bring Santos back to Chelsea, right? It's going to piss off all the ultras at Strasbourg, who are already protested, by the way.
But yeah.
Right? You're going to disrupt them and take 2 key players that are performing. At what level are they performing, I ask? Because Strasbourg's not Chelsea.
No.
The French league's not Premier League.
Yeah.
So all these accounts begging for us to bring them back. What's the guarantee they're even going to do well here? They haven't got the right development here.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me. I mean, not to say it's worthless, but because there's been players that have come out of France.
They're not going to play with Enzo and Casado.
Have special players that you can tell exactly. You can. This is purely financial to get a player. And look, the Strasbourg lot were peed off when they heard about Sarr. Why? Because their own interests. The Strasbourg fans are going, hang on, why is he going off to Chelsea for 20 mil when he's only just arrived? We've had him for 6 months. We want to keep the player. And now you're shipping him off because of this multi-club model. They're angry at that. Yeah.
Yeah,
and we're angry because who is this guy and what are we doing? And if we're going to spunk 20 million, why are we not adding more to go and get a proper centre-back somewhere, like someone proper? We're not going to do that.
It's human commodity trading.
It's money laundering between themselves, mate. It's money here to there, but it's the same people.
Correct. And then they want another club. And they want it to go round and round and round, magic roundabout, and wash money through. These lot are a cancer to our football club and to football as a whole. They're trying and erring on our football club.
Yeah.
And they're going to go, look, guys, we've done it with Chelsea. Look at them. They were elite under Roman. Look what we've done. We're bankrolling. We're making mega money here. Yeah. And we're mugging them all off with the PR and the brown envelopes. You know? And we've got Strasbourg now, and we've got this. We're going to go into every market. We're going to monopolise. Fuck off. Stay in your own country with your NFL, baseball, Moneyball. You've got plenty of clubs to work with there. Go and buy that. Remember what Feliciano came out and said? He said that it was an opportunity we couldn't refuse. If this club was up for sale for 4, 5, 6 billion, they ain't buying this club.
They wouldn't come
needed a consortium to buy it.
There's no ROI. There's no return on investment.
Exactly.
No, but if you get it for 1.75 billion, right?
Yeah,
You get it on the cheap. Of course, they could sell it right now and be flipping monumental profits.
But they don't. They want to hold on. They want to hold on. They've got it. They've got the model set in now. Get the model out. Get the model out. Get these lot out.
Will keep increasing. Yeah.
Right. End of story. We need to unite now. We all need to unite. Get them out, bruv. All right. Yeah. They can sell. We force them to sell and damage their ego. Like I said, their ego, their image will be decimated. All their business associates in other industries, in other businesses, will not want that publicity. Bad publicity. They don't want it. They want to be away from it. A protest is the only thing that they are single-handedly scared of, and they're paying out so much money. And right now, Eunice, which is really what I wanted to say, is they are desperate to offload their own players, no matter how bad it looks, to just bring in one big signing. They are desperate. They're on their knees to bring a big signing because it's the only thing that they can. They've got an opportunity in this window now to get one, but when the window shuts, they haven't got no avenue. You can't feed. We're looking at this guy in the summer, but recently it's we're looking at this play in the summer, a goalkeeper in the summer. It'll be done by then. You ain't got no time. Your time's run out. Your time's run out.
Yeah.
How many more years, Chelsea supporters? How many more years do you want to go? We're going to be in 3 years now. How many more years of this do you want to go with?
This is my point. This is my problem. For me, it's no more. No more.
No more. No more. Enough's enough. And that's where we're going to leave it right now. What have you got coming up, Eunice, just to let everyone know?
Yeah, see what all the latest is. I'll get a video out for later with I'm sure we'll get more briefs. Doesn't stop. No matter what we say. So that, and then yeah, that's the tone for the week, because our next game is on Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, Monday night, transfer deadline day.
Beautiful.
Which is the shock and awe. They want a big signing to happen after the West Ham game, especially if you lose. But if you win, it's even better for them.
Of course.
Which is why they want a must-win game.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
Everything is premeditated to how it looks, not what it actually benefits us.
Yeah.
Buy them time. Fuck you, brown envelopes. All you bought wrongins.
It's one big psychology exercise at this point. It's just become a psychological exercise on them with people at this point. It's
Free Ring Circus, get them out. It's my marriage, bro. Big up to everyone in here. Support Eunice's channel. Eunice Talks Football. His link is down below. And make sure you smash a like and a comment, because he's mudding the kingpins for fun, and he's landing the damn minerals and he's speaking it as it is. And big up to everyone supporting the channel. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. And the more of you that do that, the more that this voice gets out, which is it has to get out what is going on, and what we've exposed today is massive. So have it right. We'll leave you with our Don Roman. We see things they'll never see. Salute our Chelsea old boys, and no surrender at all times. Let's go.